Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, January 8, 2016. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Gun crime is a menace to this country. That's the concern being expressed by Commissioner of Police Michael Charles. In an interview with SVG-TV News reflecting on 2015 and outlining his focus for 2016, Commissioner Charles highlighted his concern with the number of gun-related crimes being carried out in this country. The police chief said that in 2014, there were 38 murders, 28 of which were gun-related. He said while there was a drop in murders to 25 in 2015, 11 of which were gun-related, he was concerned that the number of felonies were too high.
You know, we don't produce gun, we don't manufacture gun in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it's strange to see that the amount of gun crimes we hear happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is appalling. Fortunate, I mean, if you can use the word fortunate, was with the murders, we had 38 murders last year, and from the 38 murders, 28 were committed by the use of guns. This year, we have 25, and guns were used in 11. So we have more than half reduced, but still, we don't manufacture guns in St. Vincent and Grenadines, and this is a lot. It is still too high for a small country, St. Vincent and Grenadines. The police, along with customs, we're doing all we can to curb this menace, you want to call it that. And we're doing all in our powers.
Describing Pradia larceny also as a cause for concern, Commissioner Charles says that for 2016, the police force will be cracking down on offenders. He pointed out that they will do more to ensure that farmers and their produce are secured.
Farmers will get up in the morning and go the fields, cultivate the land, plant the produce, and when it's time to reap in, they're not reaping the benefit, other person come in and reap it. Some years ago, the government implemented the rural constables who are supposed to go out into the fields and assist the farmers. I think we'll have to review the way the rural constables are working. We think there needs to be more collaboration between the rural constable and the extension officers from the Ministry of Agriculture. I had a conversation with the Minister of Agriculture last year, and we plan to focus more on the way we will attack these type of offenses.
The police commissioner said his officers will also be stepping up on stop and searches, particularly on market day, when truckers are transporting crops and animals into Kingstown.
Plan to focus more on the way we will attack these type of offenses. I know that the police are doing the regular stop and search on mornings that what we call market mornings. They do stop vehicles coming into Kingstown with agriculture produce, because the truck driver should have documents stating who the particular produce belongs to, and the receipt that the farmers have that they got from the Ministry of Agriculture. That is one way, but still the farmers are still getting a lot of licks. And the police also coming for a lot of licks with regards to addressing the type of agriculture produce. This year we decided to up our game with that, and we want to work hand in hand with the farmers and the Ministry of Agriculture in this regard.
Minister of National Security, Prime Minister Dr. Rev Patrick says persons must be guided by the Public Order Act, which indicates that there are certain places where particular types of meetings should not be held. Outlining Section 6 of the Act, Dr. Gonzalez, who is also a veteran lawyer, says that the police have the right to defuse congregations that are breaching these regulations.
That you can't have a meeting, public meeting, within 200 yards of the courthouse building, House of Assembly building, within specified hours, or within 200 yards of in the language of the law, the head office of all ministries. Well, everyone knows that where we are now in the ministerial, in the financial complex administrative center, the protest or the meeting place for the protest is within 200 yards of this building.
Outlining aspects of the law under which the police have the authority to disperse crowds, Prime Minister Gonsalves explained that there must be notification given to the police before persons conduct particular kinds of meeting activities.
And the police has the authority so to disperse individuals and to ask you to move elsewhere. That's under the Public Order Act. And by the way, the Public Order Act makes it plain so that those innocent persons who are being misled. Section 6 of the Public Order Act says, for removing doubts, it is hereby declared that no person has a right to hold a meeting in a public place. And how do you define a meeting? A meeting means a meeting held for the purpose of the discussion of matters of public interest or for the purpose of the expression of views on such matters. So if you hold up placards in relation to any matter and you're gathering, it's a public meeting.
Over the last few weeks, a number of persons has been picketing outside the electoral office as the New Democratic Party continues to challenge the December 9th general election results. However, early this week, they were asked by the police to move away from outside the building to a 200 yards radius. This resulted in the arrest of female political activist Luzette King, who has been charged with a traffic-related offense. The NDP leader Annie Eustace later released a statement on the matter, claiming the move by the police was a violation of the constitutional rights of those who wish to assemble and have peaceful protests. Jordan Cupid and Roland Prescott, both 22 years old from the Prospect area, are now before the court on an indictable charge of robbery. They are both accused of using force and depriving Grace Day, a resident of Camden Park, of $250 EC at Prospect on Wednesday, January 6, 2016. Cupid and Prescott were this morning escorted to the Kingston Magistrate Court before Senior Magistrate Carla James, facing the joint charge but were not allowed to plea. Court prosecutor Station Sergeant Elgin Richards had no objection to their bail, which was allowed in the sum of $5,000 each with one surety. The matter has been adjourned and transferred to the Serious Offences Court for Monday, January 11, 2016, to have a date set for the preliminary inquiry. Meanwhile, Johnny Martin, a national of Grenada, has been arrested and charged for illegal entry to the state. He has been accused of entering the state by boat on January 6, 2016, at Union Island without the permission of the Immigration Authority. Martin appeared this morning at the Magistrate Court and pleaded guilty to the charge. Magistrate Carla James ordered that he be immediately deported out of the state. Police are investigating a motor vehicle accident which occurred in the Diamonds area yesterday morning. Motor vehicle P732, driven by Michelle Woodley, reportedly crashed into a wall, injuring 3 of the 5 persons on board. Woodley reportedly lost control of the vehicle, resulted in the accident. The 3 injured persons were taken to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital for observation. The first of 9 medical missions will visit St. Vincent and the Grenadines this weekend under the World's Pediatric Project, the WPP. While here, the team of general pediatric surgeons will provide consultations and surgeries on young children. The team, which will arrive here tomorrow, will conduct assessments on Sunday with procedures to take place up until January 14, 2016. They will be assisted by local medical practitioners. The WPP has been providing free medical services to critically ill children here for over a decade, with some cases being referred to Virginia and Missouri in the U.S. free of cost. Educators here have been reminded of the role they play in nation building and that at times they must go beyond the call of duty. The advice came from Bishop Wendell Roberts as he delivered the sermon at the annual church service of the Ministry of Education held on Thursday at the New Life Ministries in North Union under the theme Transforming Lives Through Selfless Service. The bishop said that while many may agree with him as it should be a daily task, there are others who do not see that as part of their responsibility.
Remember, you are involved in a selfless service. And God is taking record. Yes, there will be much opposition to your best plan for doing good. Yes, there is so much to be done. Yes, there are so many calls on your time, and there is often so much ingratitude among those that you desire to help. That you will become disheartened. The word to you today is supposed to be, do not become weary in doing good. There's a reward awaiting you. There's a good season that you come into. You shall receive the full reward of your self-denials and of your good deeds. Your reward will come to you.
Roberts noted that teachers often become the father or mother figure to many students and encourage them to get to know their students so that they can communicate better. He further added that teachers are in fact agents of transformation.
This is indeed a great one, but you do not have to fail and you do not have to faint. You must prayerfully ask God for His help and guidance, and you'll be amazed as to how He will graciously help you. I don't think any teacher, any God-fearing teacher, should go before the class day after day without really asking God to give them all that it takes. Because you don't know what you have to deal with on a daily basis. You need God's help, you need His guidance. And not just that you will understand that you can talk to Him.
As the Anglican community continues to mourn the loss of the very Rev Patrick Macintosh, Dean of the St. George's Cathedral, who passed away on Tuesday at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, his wife Camille Macintosh took the opportunity to share a word of advice to persons. The grieving widow admitted that the passing of her beloved husband has taught her that one should master the skill of listening more. She thanked everyone for their support during this difficult time and the high praises given for her husband's dedication to his faith and congregation. She, however, expressed regret that the man of the cloth did not take more time to slow down.
I would say to others, and now that this has happened, I'd like to just say to everybody, heads of institutions, heads of wherever, in your family, in your home, your friendships, your relationships, listen, 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 and then act. Help. Listen, act, help, help, help. Listen. There were many times when he didn't listen, I could tell you that. He himself didn't listen because all he wanted to do was to get through with what he has to do. The cathedral is in a mess with the termites, and it was in the papers, so I guess everybody know about it. And he just wanted to get on with it. He wanted to get things done. He wanted to get things done. I just want to thank, I don't know, just everybody, all over the world. Everybody has been calling.
Several persons who knew Father Mac, as he was affectionately known, took the opportunity to express what they admired most about him.
Then I called him later on. He said, "No, I have something to do, because the work in the cathedral." I said, "Uncle, you need to take a break." You know, he said, "Well, the bishop is going away, so I need to get this thing done before he leaves." So I said, "Well, what else?" He said, "I have some work I'm doing in the backyard, the garden." I said, "Oh, you're a gardener now?" Yeah, so I said, "Whenever you have the fourth crop, you can send something for me, you know."
Father Mac was such a person. He had such a great personality. Father Mac was sorely missed. He was the backbone of the Anglican Church. Anywhere you go, Father Mac, Father Mac. I'm very close to his wife, and we've been there for a long time. He administered 38 years. He administered holy unction to my husband who passed away 8 months ago. And Father Mac has been there for me. In the morning my husband was admitted to hospital. Father Mac burst into the hospital. When he heard my husband was there, he dropped all arms and he came down and administered the sacrament to him. When my husband died, I don't know where Father Mac came from. He met me at the mortuary. He looked for me until he found me, just to convey his condolences and to give me strength to pray with me. That's why I'm here today, to support his wife.
You know, we're going to miss the dean. What a hard worker, untiring, committed, but pushed himself because everything had to be done. And he didn't always have help they could have done with. But that is not the concern of a dean. The concern of a dean is the responsibility of the cathedral. And that is an onerous responsibility, along with all of his other meetings. In fact, I gather he was at a meeting yesterday when, you know, the illness began to overtake him. We're going to miss him without a doubt. And it'll be hard to replace someone who is never tired.
He is in the hands of God. Father Mac will be missing by millions. I love to see his smile. And when I come here last, I say, Father Mac, you're going down. What happened? The garden not looking good. He said, no time. I said, make some time. But God knows. And I would say, Father Mac, work himself out. But God will bless him. And I know that God will make a way for him. He's in paradise. Father Mac, God bless you.